Israel-Gaza Iran War News Live Update. All but officially, Israel and Lebanon are at war. No one will ever forget the 8 months when Hezbollah assaulted Israel every day while the US and EU urged Israel to remain calm and not escalate the situation. Hezbollah, an ally of Hamas backed by Iran, has opened a second front with huge, damaging attacks on Israel, forcing around 100,000 people from the north to flee their homes since the October 7 massacre in the south. Neither the world nor the US wants to acknowledge this, but the facts speak for themselves. Consider the hostility that Lebanon has recently shown toward Israel. Haifa, Tiberias, and Safed were among the northern Israeli cities targeted by Hezbollah's 96 rocket, anti-tank missile, and explosive drone barrages. There has been no worldwide condemnation of Hezbollah and Lebanon. But there have been no resolutions denouncing Lebanon from the United Nations Security Council, no investigations against Lebanon from the International Criminal Court, and no tent city protests against Israel's unjustifiable aggression from American campuses. No one ever talks about how Hezbollah, a government-affiliated group in Lebanon that shares internationally recognized boundaries with Israel, is constantly attacking a sovereign nation in violation of international law. In order to keep Iran and the US out of the conflict, Israel's allies, particularly the US, should be exerting maximum pressure on the Lebanese government to rein in Hezbollah and end the deadly shelling. However, all they've done so far is mediate and make pitiful pleas for Israel to avoid escalating the situation. According to US media reports over the weekend, the Biden administration is growing more worried that the situation between Israel and Hezbollah in the north could escalate into a regional crisis. According to reports, US diplomat Amos Hochstein will visit Israel on Monday in an effort to defuse tensions. It appears that the objective is to pressure Israel into not responding to the Hezbollah assault, rather than urging the IDF to return to their duties and make the north safe for its inhabitants. Since Hamas has turned down the US and Israeli-backed proposal, the US presented hostage and truce pact in the south as a smokescreen to bring calm to the north is, of course, completely unrealistic. According to a US official who spoke to CBS News, there needs to be a deal that lets Israelis go back to their homes in the north while also ensuring that it's not Hezbollah meeting on October 6. Despite the official's best intentions, his statement necessitates an Israeli incursion into Lebanon to displace Hezbollah and eliminate a potential border danger. A big confrontation is imminently apparent with the north of Israel on fire and its inhabitants determined not to return unless Hezbollah stops threatening them. When that occurs, we may expect to hear the international organizations demanding that Israel immediately cease its attack against a sovereign nation. Protests will break out in large American cities, and news outlets will publish horrifying stories about the plight of Lebanon's civilian population. No one will ever forget the 8 months when Hezbollah assaulted Israel every day while the US and EU urged Israel to remain calm and not escalate the situation. The wait is over, they're as bad as they could be. In the face of an invasion and the targeting of its citizens, Israel must do what any nation would: resist.